Hey guys, what's going on? It's Scythe coming back in with you. Today's topic is actually a response to Samwise on his recent video of what to do when the GM doesn't show up for a session. Now, personally, I agree with a lot of the ideas that Samwise has. It's a good opportunity to, when a GM or your storyteller or someone does not show up for a session, you can sit down, interact with these people. These people are, guys that you more than likely meet up with on a weekly to monthly basis, but some of them you may not know outside of the game. And it's nice. It's nice to use the hobby almost as a springboard to really get to interact with these people, get to know them on a more personal level. I know personally when me and my groups get together, we usually have kind of a pitch-in policy. I don't really know the term I could use to better describe it. Essentially, we all bring a couple extra bucks, We pitch in for some pizza, some drinks, and usually within an intermission of gaming, we'll sit down, just have some free time. Well, you can kind of do that same thing, you know. Spring up a small conversation. Hey, anyone want to grab some pizza? We'll grab a couple slices, maybe sit around, get some D6s out, play Yahtzee or something. I don't know. Something very basic like that. I also know that most of the gaming stores in my area have an open gaming night. So you could always just go to your game store and ask them, hey, are there any games you have that are not necessarily still on the shelf to be sold, but are already open that you kind of have set aside for, occasions where somebody comes in and they just need something to do for a few hours? It doesn't hurt to ask. And again, that kind of ties back to the first point. Take this time to really get to know people, because that's what's beautiful about this hobby is we learn to socially interact on a better level with individuals, especially individuals we don't know, which in my personal opinion can become a great asset later on in life, especially if you get into the business field or things of that nature. You're going to be talking to people you don't necessarily know, and you got to be able to present yourself in a decent manner. That being said, small little conversations. It doesn't have to be big. So what do you guys do other than tabletop? Do you guys play any, or were you guys ever in sports? What high school did you go to? Small little chit chat. Get to know these people on a little bit more deeper level. That way they're not just the piece of paper or the piece of paper they're reading every week, which, by the way, if that's the kind of person you have in your group, you might want to reevaluate, just my personal opinion. But off topic, I'm sorry for that. Get to know these people on a more personal level than just their character. Because I think if you can do that, you can learn to accept and understand some of the things their character does. Second point I'd like to make, that can also help in gaming situations. It could be one of those situations where I know I've been running late, or I've had my GM text me a few minutes before game starts going, I'm sorry, something came up. And having most of my players and the other people I play with are friends I went to high school with, so on that level I already communicate with them outside. But you can kind of take that time to sit down and talk with all of them and just go, hey, the game's running real smooth, or the game's kind of clunky, what do you guys think about it? Get your opinions on the game and what you feel could be used to help critique. Not bash. Don't ever belittle someone for their ideals or what might be going on. Just actually take the time to help each other, learn and grow a little. If particularly you saw something one player's character did this last session that you didn't really get a chance to speak with them about, or the DM, maybe it's a first time thing. Maybe it was just something really small, something kind of stupid their character said, which if it's within their character concept, I suppose you can accept that. But talk to these people. Just say, hey, look, you did A, B, and C last week. I'm just kind of curious why that was. I get to understand these people. You're going to be seeing them hopefully every week for a number of months on end, if not longer. Get to enjoy them, get to be able to respect and appreciate their company. Lastly, as for what I feel you could bring along as a side thing, I personally, when I go to a game, I have almost all of my books ready just as a precaution in case anyone needs any information that, you know, the DM might not know on the fly. Simply put, I pull out the book, I can hand it to them, or if I know where it is personally, I can show them, let them read over it if they need a reiteration of that ruling, speak with, you know, one of the more experienced players. So, and I think that's another great thing you can do in some downtime, whether it be just between sessions or, you know, if, again, the GM just doesn't show up at all. Take some time to theory craft with these people. Get an idea for what they like, because you never know. One day the GM might just say, hey, I'm done, guys. I'm sorry. It's been fun. If you guys want to keep going, I can hand the group over to someone else. And, you know, that gives you an opportunity to step up. Because I really feel to be able to appreciate the game, you have to be able to see both aspects of it. You have to be able to see it from a player's standard, and you have to be able to see it from a DM standard. So, take the time, if you get the chance, to sit with these other players. One, get to know them on a personal level. Because it'll really, I personally feel, help you understand their characters and what they could be doing. And, you know, it can help games run a lot smoother. And secondly, take the time to kind of get an idea for what they like in a game. And, you know, possibly bring that to your DM's attention. If you feel something is lacking, or you would like to see more of something, if there was something you particularly really enjoyed that you would like to see more of in the future, most GMs are very willing to go, you know, I appreciate your input, and I really think that's a cool idea. I really enjoyed running that for you guys. And they're willing to throw it back in there for you. So, it kind of goes back to what Samwise had said in his video. You got to be able to have some open communication. Exchange numbers, email addresses. Like I said, most of the guys I play with, I went to high school with, they know where I live. So if I don't show up for a session, or if one of them doesn't show up for a session, we wind up showing up at their house, banging on their door at 10 at night, going, what the hell? But not everyone has that luxury. So again, those are just my opinions, my little tidbits of information that I think could be used. Other than that, guys, that's all I really got for you. Hope this video is enjoyable and helps, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Take it easy.